Right, now, very different type of video to what I would usually do, and one that I was contemplating actually making at all, but I wanted to try and be helpful in some way. You'll know, obviously by the title, what this is going to be about. I'd like to obviously just say as a bit of a precursor and preface this by saying that obviously this video is not monetized, and down in the description, more importantly, there's loads of helpful links for if you've suffered or you know someone who is the victim of similar things and themes that are going to be talked about in this video. Now, they're all discreet as well, helpline-wise, because I know that's obviously going to be one of the main concerns for someone who is going through that, is that a potential abusive or worse partner finds out that you're trying to get help out of the situation. So don't be concerned about that. There are those helpful links down there if you do need them, or if you need to share them with someone who you feel may need them. This doesn't need sensationalizing or whatever. I just want to basically talk about what's happened, help people understand why Harriet needs to have come out and exposed what she has done. And, again, yeah, hopefully leave some links for people who may be in a similar situation. And also, it goes without saying, some of the pictures and some of the themes in this video are not for the faint-hearted, so as a trigger warning, if you do think that's going to be a problem, then feel free to switch off the video already. But in essence, some pictures and some audio clips, or an audio clip, a main one, have been leaked by Harriet, who certainly was Mason Greenwood's then girlfriend. They have pictures and videos together from at least 2-3 years ago. In the pictures, of which I'll show a couple on the screen. She's got like bruises across her body. There's also a particularly nasty one where blood has been drawn out of her lip. And on top of that, they've got captions sort of insinuating they are examples of domestic abuse. And we then got an audio clip as well, which I won't go into, but does also allude to some level of assault. You can go and find that. I won't play it in this video. It's pretty damning stuff. Manchester United have told Mason that he's not going to training. He won't be involved in playing time for the club, which I think that is what everybody would expect in this situation. I've still seen some discourse about this online, predominantly from men, suggesting that they're not entirely sure if they believe what's gone on here, which I find wild. Obviously, I have to be careful. We all have to be careful with what we say, because we don't want to cause problems for the actual legal proceedings here. So that's why I'm, using certain terminology. But people complain about not getting proof with these sorts of issues, and then when pretty good proof is provided, they still don't believe them. So give your head a wobble. Don't even get me started on the people who seem to think this is all about money, when clearly you would earn money from being with a footballer based on what they earn. I don't know why I'm trying to provide logic to that situation, because people who are saying that don't have 3 brain cells to rub together. I'm not going to entertain that, because what Harriet has potentially gone through here is extremely harrowing and distressing as well. A lot of people talking about how he's ruined a blossoming career or whatever. It's bigger than that. It's not about football. These sorts of situations are way bigger than football. It's more about how he has potentially ruined someone's life. You know what, yeah, I actually sat down after I recorded this just to contemplate it again, and it's actually just pissing me off even more. It's genuinely vile and disgusting. The actual saddest thing about this is that given there's an audio recording, you would not feel the need to put your phone down, hit record, and know that something was going to happen if it wasn't a consistent thing. If that was a one-off thing, at no point would you think to put your phone down and record it. Like, this clearly it happens all the time. And she knew that she could just put her phone down, hit record, and it would happen again. I say that it's brave because, as I mentioned or alluded to at the start, like, I've never been in a relationship like this. I'd like to preface this by saying that. But those sorts of relationships, it's not as easy as just going, oh, well, I'm not going to be with him anymore, because there's gaslighting, there's emotional distress, there's potential even threatening that would happen if you were to just try and leave the relationship. You can't just go to the police, for example. Victims are often persuaded into thinking that what's going on inside the relationship is perfectly normal by their partner, So it's not about just saying, okay, well, you could have just left straight away, That's a very short-sighted way of viewing it. But as I alluded to at the start of the video, if you know anyone or you yourself, if this is like maybe ringing alarm bells and this is something that you've witnessed happen to somebody else, or if there's certain signs that your own relationship might have this element to it, then again, these links that might help you out are down in the description below. But yeah, it's a grim situation. To be honest, some of the stuff I heard in that audio message was pretty vile. So yeah, but I think that's pretty much all that I want or need to say. Men, do better. Make sure that you call out your friends if they're showing suspect behavior that you think, you know, because it could be something quite innocuous, like some kind of passing comment that you feel is inappropriate. It's that sort of behavior that can lead to further things. So make sure you're calling out your friends if they're doing things or saying things that you don't agree with, that you think are like a past the line. But yeah, I just wanted to at least try and say something helpful in this scenario. So I hope the links, I hope the articles that I've left below are somewhat helpful to somebody. That's kind of the aim, really, of this. Make sure you're respecting Harriet's privacy in this situation as well, because as I've said before, this must be a very difficult situation. But yeah, until next time, I will catch you in the next video.